Hello! Awkward entry, sorry about that, that was weird. Welcome back to the vlog. It's me, Kyle Thain, also known as Mr. Thain, and this is a week in the life of a teacher.
Trust me, they don't wanna know. I could go full beast mode. You really need some help. I really know myself. My happiness is sacred and I stay on that pursuit. Yeah, that's me, just me, it's me. That's all I'll be. That's what I am. That's what I am. That's what I am.
So what I'm planning on doing this year is I'm planning on filming myself every day in the classroom at the end of the day and sort of just giving you a snapshot of what it's like to be a teacher for an entire school year. This is gonna be every single week of the school year, uploads on Saturday mornings. It's gonna be the daily vlog for that day is a week in the life of a teacher. I don't know how many weeks are in a school year, but 10, I don't know, 40. This is gonna go like 40 weeks. This week, it was week 1 of school, the first week of school. The most difficult week of school, in my humble opinion, especially for a kindergarten teacher, because you gotta teach kids how to do life. Basically, you gotta teach them how to do everything, how to be a human. So this week started off on Wednesday, was our first day of school this week, and I started off with an old faithful tradition of mine, my traditional morning song. Back to school, to prove to Dad I am not a fool. I've got my lunch packed up, my boots tied tight. I hope I don't get in a fight. Oh! Every school year I start out with the song Back to School by the critically acclaimed Adam Sandler movie, Billy Madison, one of my favorite movies of all time. Always start out with that. It is tradition. In the first day of school, it was a good first day. All right, first day's in the books. 14 kids showed up. I have 18 on my roster, so small class size. 2 things about that. Number 1, it's good because it was easy sort of transitioning 14 kids into the life of school. But the bad thing is, it's only 14 kids. That means I'm gonna get new students, and all the new students we get are gonna come to me. We'll see if some of the stragglers show up tomorrow, I don't know. Let me just say something quick. I got me some new Toms yesterday to go along with my llama socks for today, but okay, they are tight. They got me feeling like that evil stepsister in Cinderella when they're trying to put on the glass slipper and she's like, yeah, it fits. So that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. I'm trying to get them loose. I'm really excited. I've got it seems like, now knock on wood, let me just go find some wood real quick. This is probably real wood. So it seems like I've got a decent group this year, and a decent amount of them have been to preschool and at least know what a school is, and they have some type of idea of what's going on. I tested one boy today and he knew all of his letters and he could count 100, so thank you, Lord. It'll be nice that I can actually start teaching him how to read. And like the first day of school, there's just so much to go over. Like one thing that we did this morning was we did our 3 classroom rules: be safe, responsible, and respectful. And I had them write their name on a sticky note and sign the contract with that. It's little do they know, it's also a way of me to assess where they're at, because the students that could write their name, you know, or versus some kids just like this kid drew a weird picture of something. So that kind of gives me some information without them really knowing what I'm kind of assessing. But we all signed it. I signed it as well. We just kind of went over our rules together, and like that was one thing that I think is powerful, to like talk about the rules and like have the students understand what they mean, and then the fact that they got to sign it. Because I'll be like, hey, you said you were going to be safe, and here you are, running a boot in my classroom, you're running amok. You said right here, it says right here, you drew this symbol that stands for your name. You said you were gonna be safe. So that's, you know, it's just so much to do on the first day. Like show them how to sit at their tables, show them how to use crayons, show them how to stand up, show them how to line up, show them how to raise their hand, show them where the bathroom is. It's basically just a day of showing them how to exist as a human and be a productive human, I guess. Apparently once I dropped my kids off at lunch, I dropped them off at lunch, and one of my girls asked one of the lunch staff, "Where's Mr. Thain? Is he coming back? I miss him." so I'm already relatively well liked, at least, which is a good thing. But I've decided that I have to really like today, like the first day of school is such a whirlwind. Like I have to tell you first who I am. I'm your teacher, and then I have to show you everything in the classroom, and everything is new, brand new. So tomorrow, when there'll be some things that's like, all right, I kind of know what's going on already as far as from the kid's perspective. Like, at least I know where my classroom is, and I know who this weird guy with the beard is. But the thing about it is, I'm really gonna try to start building those relationships tomorrow. You know, the first day of school, everybody's intimidated, everybody's nervous and scared. I'm nervous and scared. So tomorrow, I'm gonna really hit the relationship building aspect. I'm going to, you know, greet them at the door. I did that today, but I'm gonna greet them at the door with a high five, a hug, or a handshake. You know, I'm gonna walk around in the morning while we're eating breakfast, and I'm gonna, you know, good morning, I'm glad you're here, that kind of thing. Just start to build them up, start to build that relationship, get to know each student's, you know, as a person. I did have one boy today who was a little bit having trouble, like, being quiet and staying in his seat, so seems a little bit ornery. He seems fairly high as far as academics, but a little bit ornery. So I'm gonna try, like, it's pivotal that I get him on my side, my team tomorrow, because when you have a kid like that who's kind of, you know, pretty smart and who's pretty high and has like a little bit of a naughty, like, you could tell, you know, hey, if you get him on your side right away, it makes your year amazing. Or they can be a thorn in your side all year if you don't develop that relationship. If you don't build that relationship, nothing else matters. No tips, no strategies, no nothing. Nothing else matters unless you build those relationships. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow. That's my #1 goal. You know, good first day. Nobody cried, nobody pooped, nobody puked, nobody bled, nobody died. It was a good first day. I've got my coffee going. What more could you ask for? So I'm breathing. Also on Instagram, I'm gonna do an outfit of the day. I'm gonna see how many, if you watched my fashion video, you'll know that I've actually got a possible 288 combinations with my shirts, my bow ties, my ties, and my pants, and my socks, and all that. So I'm gonna see how many days in a row I can wear a completely different outfit to school. So if you wanna follow me on Instagram and follow my outfit of the day, that'll be something fun to kind of look at. We got about 10 minutes and then I'm gonna get out of here, and I try to get out of here as soon as the school day ends. I've had testing all afternoon, so I've had a lot of free time. I've got my room cleaned up and set out for tomorrow. So at 3 o'clock, I'm bouncing out of here. I try to stick to contract hours. That helps me keep my sanity, and it helps me get everything done. You know, the first day of school, the most of the anxiety that comes the night before is because of the fear of the unknown. You don't know what you're gonna get this year. So that's the anxiety, where the anxiety comes from. But then after the first day, the anxiety goes away. I mean, I was still nervous on day 2, but the anxiety went away. What was really interesting about day 1 also was it also fell on Reset Wednesday, which means I think Kristen's home with our subs. Yeah. Yay. Got our Subway subs.
And I got thrust and stuff for ourselves. We were running low.
Yeah. We'll get our subs ready, and then we will have Reset Wednesday when we can watch TV. Yeah. On Reset Wednesday, it's just a nice chill evening when you get home. It's a lot of fun doing that, and Kristen and I have a lot of fun on Reset Wednesday, and we reset our minds, we reflect back on the week, and we sort of plan the rest of the week ahead, especially the weekend. Day 2 was dubbed Relationship Building Day because I felt the great importance of starting to build the relationships with the students who thought that I'm just some weird guy with a beard and a bow tie, or a skinny tie. And on day 2, after day 2, I was feeling myself a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Day 2's in the books. I am on cloud 9 today. Day 2 is among one of my favorite days of the whole school year because it's not day 1. And day 1 is all the anxiety, all the unknown, what kind of students I'm gonna have, how many students am I gonna have, will anybody pee their pants, that kind of thing. But day 2, it's like you come back, you already have some rapport with the students. They already at least know who you are and where they are in the world, school. And today was relationship building day, and so as soon as I got out to the gym, is where when parents drop off their kids in the morning, they go to the gym and they sit in my line. They sit all line up with their lines for the different teachers. I got down there early, gave them high fives. I went back and I high fived some of my old kids from last year and got that going, and it felt good. And greeted every kid at the door this morning with a high five, you know, and just kind of started that process. But we still did so many routines and procedures today. Like, that's pretty much all we did. It was really funny. I got a text and one of my students, his mom asked him, "Hey, what'd you do today at school?" And he said, "We learned about the color blue today." like I don't already know about the color blue. So he's a pretty smart kid. But you know, we're doing like very basic stuff. The reason why I teach colors the first week or two is because it's something that everybody knows mostly, and it's something that everyone can feel successful at. Because when you start kindergarten, there's going to be kids that are way up here. They know all of their letters and they can count to 100. Then you have students who have never been in a school before who don't know any letters or anything. And so I don't want anybody going, oh man, they already know all their letters and here I am, I don't know anything. I just don't want to. The first couple weeks of school, it's all about how to do school. Meeting the teacher, me getting to know the kids personally, what they like, what they don't like, how they act, how they behave with one another. And like, it's pretty awesome, like the routines that we're doing. Like here's what I'm working on right now. When we move around, I do position 1, 2, and 3. So I'll say, show me 1. And I can just show me 1. 1 is sitting down with our hands folded, tummies to the table, bottoms in our seats. Or on a carpet, it's legs crossed, hands folded. It's listening position, right? 2, position 2, show me 2, is stand up tall, hands at your side like this. So when we get out of our desks, I say, show me 2. And they will stand up, tuck in their chair, hands to your side. And same thing on the carpet, except there's no chair. You just stand up, hands to your side in your own space. And then I say, show me 3, and that's walking wherever we're going. So I'm trying to get to the point where I can just do this. And then the kids will know what to do, you know, non-verbal cues, and I'm training them on that. Tomorrow I'm gonna introduce voice levels. Voice level 0 is silent. Level 1, whisper. Level 2 is speaking voice. So I'm gonna introduce those tomorrow. But I'm training them up. I'm training them up to be successful. It's gonna be a good year if I can stay consistent. And then also, like, another thing that I did today was I amped up my energy times 10 today. And I was just had a ton of energy when I was teaching, and I think that really helped them stay engaged and focused. And but I am noticing that the good thing about how we do in kindergarten, and I would suggest every district do this, the first 2 weeks of school, so for this year it's only 3 days this week and then the full 5 next week, we do half days. And it's intended that we are testing the students. Parents sign up for a time slot, a half-hour time slot, and we assess the students to find out where they are. Anyway, kids only have to be here till 11:30. And it gets them used to it, because I just can't imagine starting kindergarten day 1 full day. I've never been in a school before. Now I'm gonna be here for 7 hours. Like, so this is a nice transition, getting the kids ready, training them up on my routines and procedures. But I'm telling you right now, my energy level, it's gotta be up here. It's gotta be up here always. So coffee every day, all day. You gotta have the coffee, and water, hydrate myself, trying to get my pee schedule right. But yeah, day 2. One more thing I gotta show you about day 2. Look at this. Just look at it. Just look at it. Just look upon it. This is one of my crown jewels, my organization of my school supplies. Look at the beauty of all of these pencils. These are the best pencils. The world's best pencil. You are right. You are right, Tichondria, or how do you say your name? I don't even know. Ah, oh, it's a beauty. It's a thing of beauty. I'm never gonna use all this glue in a million years, but it's okay. It's okay. That brings us to today, Friday, the end of the week. What can I say about Fridays other than Fridays? It's easier on Fridays to sort of let things slip. It's Friday. You got that Friday feeling going on, and it's easy to let things slip a little bit. And I think I might have did that a little bit today. Well, let's start out with the good. The good was we got to play a little bit of Mario Kart. Stay on the track now. Stay on the track now. So we had filled up our fuzzy jar. Let me just show you. I've got a warm fuzzy jar, and the warm fuzzy jar essentially is when I see students. So here it is, right here. Boom, warm fuzzy jar. It's full. Basically, let me set it down. The warm fuzzy jar is our classroom incentive right now. I will be doing Classroom Dojo. I just haven't started it yet. Basically, when I see students doing something right, it could be anything, we put a warm fuzzy in here. It's called a warm fuzzy because when kids do the right thing, it makes us feel warm and fuzzy inside, right? So, friends helping friends, students listening to the teacher, kids doing their work, kids getting in line right, warm fuzzies for days. I take some in the hallway and I'll say, wow, girls line, you guys get a warm fuzzy. I see you with your eyes forward. That kind of thing. We got it filled, and so we played some Wii. That was fun. The kids had fun. Even everybody got a turn. We did Rainbow Road. What was really funny is I just set everything to randomize, and the very first racetrack was Rainbow Road, which if you've played Mario Kart, you know the trials and the absolute anarchy of Rainbow Road. So it was hilarious watching the kids falling off all over the place, going off the map. But anyway, that was the good part of the day. I mean, it was a good day overall, but here's the thing, I think I might have, here's where I kind of let things go a bit. It was at the end of the day when it was time for dismissal. We were kind of hurrying because we had just got done playing Mario Kart. I made the mistake of going, okay, everybody get your stuff. And when you say, okay, everybody get your stuff, or okay, everybody do something, nobody got hurt, nobody ran, nobody got in trouble, but there's just bodies everywhere and kids going, and they were going where they're supposed to go. But you see, when I let that slip, all week I'd been doing, okay, yellow table, stand up, tuck in your chairs, hands to your side, good. Now use your walking feet to go get your coats and book bags. Let's all watch yellow table do that. Now green table, I want me to copy them. I took it slow and methodical, and it worked. And it was tight, everything was tight. Now when I did the, hey everybody get your stuff, it was loose. It was a little bit too loose for me. And so the beauty of Friday is, if you do it on a Friday, you can come back fresh on a Monday. Kids maybe forgot. So I try to try new things on Fridays. That was not a good thing to try today. It didn't, like I said, nothing happened, nothing bad happened because of it. But when we lined up to go home, I think the little bit of me that broke the routine of being slow and methodical had gotten a couple of the kids a little bit riled up. It was harder to get them sort of like to focus, like on lining up appropriately. So like, if you've read the book Teach Like a Champion, and if you haven't, please do yourself a favor and get it right now online. Go ahead and do it. I think it's an ebook. You can get it on Kindle, whatever. Last night I was focusing, before I went to bed, I read the strategy. It's called 100%. And basically the 100% strategy is there's only one acceptable percentage of compliance with the direction, and that's 100%. And you might think, oh my goodness, what do you mean? You expect 100% of kids to do everything? Yes, I do. That's my expectation, that's my standard. I expect every child, when I say stand up, tuck in your chair, I expect every single child to do that. I don't think that's unreasonable, okay? So, and you might think, oh my gosh, how can you do that in kindergarten? It's possible. It just takes a lot of work, a lot of training, and a lot of patience, and we're working on that. So next week, I'm focusing on the strategy 100%, which basically means when here's the problem with, if you don't go for 100%, let's just say you have your quiet signal, right? Maybe it's 1, 2, 3 eyes on me, and they're supposed to say 1, 2 eyes on you, and you have a few kids that don't do it, but it's still quiet, right? Let's say you do your attention signal, and 3/4 of the class, they comply, and the other fourth is not complying. They didn't put their fingers in, they didn't put their quiet sign up, or they didn't put their eyes on you, but they're quiet. The temptation is, I'm gonna start speaking now. But if you start speaking before you have 100% compliance with your direction, you start to set up the expectation and start the question, hey, Mr. Thain's directions are optional. Right? You set the tone up for the year of compliance, kind of like mostly compliant is okay. That's not okay. You wait till you get 100% to talk. And that can be hard to do, but at the end of the day, it will really help your classroom if you wait for 100%. So what you do is you get your 3/4. I'm waiting on 4 more students for eyes on me. Now I'm waiting on 2 more. Excellent, yellow table. Waiting on 1 more, and got it. Okay, now that I have everybody's eyes on me, I'm gonna give you my direction. And then you give your direction as quickly and swiftly as you can, and you move on. And getting that 100%, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's not easy. I'm not there yet, but I'm working towards it. But when you're doing the 100% rule, something that you gotta remember, and I gotta remember, is you gotta also couple that strategy in with other strategies like the positive framing and being positive about it. Because if you start going, yellow table's not listening and blue table's not listening, if you're not being positive about it, you completely destroy the positive atmosphere of your classroom, and you just really don't want to do that. So try to be positive, try to expect 100%. Any level, any grade level, any age can give you 100%. And then couple that with joy factor, right? The J factor, making it fun, just being a fun person in general, smiling, remembering that your students' behavior is not, you have nothing to do with your students' behavior. How they act has nothing to do with you. Step back. Little Billy's not acting right. that's not me, that's little Billy, you know, don't take it personal. It's not because of something that you did. Now maybe there are certain things that you could have said, or maybe you forgot something, or maybe you didn't explain something and that's why he's misbehaving. Or yes, things that we say and do can affect behavior, but when you take a step back and go, I'm not gonna let little Billy's meltdown or misbehavior affect my mood, because I don't have anything to do with that. So that's where it comes in, where you know, so it's basically just staying positive and not letting negative things get you negative, because that can quickly turn it down. It can turn down the positive atmosphere. I avoided that this week, so I find that a huge success. Okay, also, I got two brand new students today in the classroom, and the thing about that is I was prepared for it. So there's a quote from Will Smith, one of my like favorite actors. He said, you never have to get ready if you stay ready. You don't have to get ready. I'll say it again. You don't have to get ready if you stay ready. So stay ready. Stay ready to have new kids come in. Have folders ready for them. Have blank name tags ready. You can just write their name on. Have a couple extra cubby spots if you can. Whatever you got to do, have this stuff ready to go. So when you get a new kid, no problem. Come on in, have a seat. Try to stay. If you stay ready, you never got to get ready. So I was ready for those two new kids. I mean, seamless transition. Now, the one thing that kind of is tough about getting new kids is if you get them later in the year, because your classroom environment's all going, you're not teaching routines and procedures anymore, and you gotta sort of like welcome this kid into your room and your climate. But it's the beginning of the year, we're still doing stuff that's beginning of the year stuff, so it's like, all right, no big deal. It's fine, come on in. We're still learning how to sit anyway, so join the class. So that's kind of was a nice transition today. So now I'm up to 16 students, still very, very small number, I know. It will increase, about guaranteed, but I think I got a good group this year, and I'm really excited to see what we can do. First week in the books, pretty good, only 3 days. Got a full 5-day week next week for week number 2. Still only half days. We get out at 11:30, and then we do testing in the afternoon. Parents sign up for testing spots, but anyway, I digress. Kristen and I are going to go get some pizza for supper. We found this really cool place in this town that has vegan pizza, so yeah, jumping on that. And if you want to follow us along on that, follow us on Instagram, because I'll be posting on that. If I do like a teaching video, like a teaching vlog, most likely I'll be putting my other stuff on Instagram stories, Instagram posts, whatever. So if you're interested at all in anything that we're doing, Instagram us. And yeah, so hope you enjoyed this. Let me know, please let me know any comments you got, any suggestions for my weekly video of my teaching stuff, anything you want to see more of, less of, that kind of thing. You know the drill. Comment down below. Thanks for being part of the Thain fam, and find a gift, share it with the world, and remember, you are worth it. See you tomorrow.